Well, welcome everyone to the dynamics of today's EAP in the marketplace. Thank you, panel members, for being here. The first thing we'd like to do, I know everyone's already introduced their names, but for the record, they're going to do it again. We'll start with Mr. Steve Brown from Families First. Steve, if you would just tell us a little bit about yourself, as well as an introduction to your EAP program.
My experience as far as EAP has been totally in the nonprofit sector, which is kind of a unique niche in this town. I worked with the Resource Center initially, and then 2.5 years ago, we merged with Families First. Went into a much larger agency, but tripled their EAP product through that merger. So I think it was a win-win situation for both our organizations. But I guess as we talk a little bit more about some of the particulars of our business, I'll get into that. Two other things, I guess recently got very involved post 9/11 with the Georgia Department of Defense, working with 78th Troop Command, setting up family assistance programs, doing that on the side. Also through that became an EMT, later a paramedic, and going to be entering nursing school, I guess, in the next year or two. So kind of like this medical gig also. It's kind of fun. And there's where the real money is, folks.
A little bit about the program. We are a broad brush EAP. And so what that means is we offer 3 core services. We offer the traditional EAP under our behavioral mental health services. We also offer organizational dynamics. That's part of our commitment to organizational health. And under that umbrella, we offer organizational assessments, organizational interventions, mediation services, as well as different types of customized workshops. Under the EAP services, we offer assessment, brief counseling, crisis intervention services. We offer behavioral mental health services, but we also offer some career counseling. We have 2 contract clinicians who offer career counseling. And then our third core area is health promotion and wellness. And we now have a wellness team that represents 3.5 FTEs, and they are active and doing a variety of programs related to health promotion, disease management, offering some direct services such as nutrition counseling, wellness and lifestyle coaching, coordinated services such as Weight Watchers at Emory, smoking cessation programs. We also provide and facilitate screening clinics and health fairs and wellness fairs and info stops. And so we stay very, very active. And we'll have a chance to talk more about the program.
We do look at EAP services today, and I think there need to be a lot of coverage. And I was very impressed with the Emory program, because that's a lot of what we attempt to do, in that I want to look at what your organization needs before you start selling something. Because around the core technology, there needs to be some information on the demographics of your organization. What are the problem categories that you're seeing? Is it high drug and alcohol? Is it marital problems? And then design specific programs. See some head nodding. It's not that hard to do, and it's a lot of fun. Find out what's going on and develop a system or contract out to make that service available. So from the counseling and the training, we also provide coaching. A few years ago, when coaching was first starting, I've noticed a lot of clinicians saying that they did coaching, but they really didn't know quite what coaching was or where to divide that line. And I was one of those, in part because they would send me an executive who needed to be in counseling, but they knew if they said he needs to be in counseling, he wouldn't go because of the stigma. So he would say, we're going to send you to a coach. He's an older fellow like you. And I went, oh, it's me. I didn't know that had happened over the years. So the coaching has become an exciting part of that, and the consultation and the training. So one of the things we try to typically do is get to know our companies well enough to design an annual strategy, so that they see in our strategy part of the blueprint that they have for their own organization, their own company. So it's a lot about tailoring needs to meet specific organizational goals.
Right now I do the one-source counseling in Noonan, College Park, and Canton. So I do put about 400 miles on the car every week. and it's hanging in there. I also work part-time, and with Ken's background, I'm sure he'll understand this, in the EAP at Fort McPherson, and have learned through working there that the EAP is for civilians, dependents, and retireds. However, we do see active duty when we need to, and we are in the drug and alcohol building portion of that, but we are a standalone EAP for Fort Mac and Fort Gillum. And with the BRAC, things are getting real interesting around there, let me tell you. I also run an anger management class once a week at Ridgeview, and hope to ally myself with the Impaired Professionals program there to implement an anger management program in conjunction with them, Donna. And so, so I'm working on that. So, yes. So it's onward and upward. And at the ripe old age of 50, I went back to school and got the PhD from Capella University. I don't know if you've all heard of Capella, but it's kind of an up-and-coming online university. And let me tell you, it's not easy. People say, oh, online. Well, it's not easy. It's very, very difficult. But I did it, and now I've got the PhD, and I'm hoping to just carry this on as long as I need to. I'm like Ken. I'm tired, but I'm happy. So thank you for having me.
Well, I joined EAPA 25 years ago and became a member of Almaca and met wonderful people. Everyone I met in the field, it's like, wow, I was just really impressed by their dedication and their knowledge. And so I think what I thought to myself is, well, what kept me in EAP? I've been in this field 25 years. And I think it's the people, my colleagues, it's the diversity of the work where I get to do training, I get to do counseling, I get to do health promotion, and it's the diversity of the clients. I think for me, that's the love that really kind of draws me in and keeps me in the employee assistance field. I've worked in nonprofits. I've worked in a private corporation for 14 years. I'm now at CDC. I've been in private practice. So it's really been nice. The diversity of the field allows you a real broad area. At CDC, we're a hybrid, and I'm at CDC, I'm on site, we have 3 locations. My email address is rzano@cdc.com. Our paycheck comes from a company called CSC. It's a computer sciences corporation who have very little knowledge of what EAP is, but when they bought another company, they acquired us. And at CDC, we have been there, the EAP has been on site for 24 years. And we'll talk more later about what services we offer.